What the fuck is happening, fam? It's your boy, the Sultan of Sativa, the Ayatollah of Indica, the Bobby Fischer BHO, aka Ned Sparks, aka Willie the Cool Penguin, aka President United Bakes of America, Donald Blunt, aka future President United Bakes of America, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Now, if you didn't catch that, if you were too slow, Kennedy, like cannabis, but not Kennedy. Anyway, aka the Hicks and a Hash, aka fucking Johnny Hash, aka the Holy Hash, and Lord Bonksmore. And I'm here today, tonight, this evening, whatever fucking time of day it is that you're listening to it. I'm recording it at night because that's when I feel the creative juices flowing. You know, I'm just feeling pumped, man. I'm feeling so grateful. I just got fucking a lot going on right now that just feels so divine. And I need to just stay on top of my shit and not just like kick back and relax. I need to fucking push the momentum harder. Now, see, what I've come to learn over the last few years is that momentum is created. It's not something that we just like never have. It's something that we fucking create. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling low, right, you need to create some momentum. For me, a great way to do that has been 75 Hard, the Live Hard program. It's something that you can easily anchor yourself to, especially if you're an undisciplined, unmotivated, lazy piece of shit, kind of like myself, or kind of like who I was. I kind of like this in the dark, you know. I didn't feel like sitting in the back seat today jamming, something in the front seat, passenger side, riding Chewy, boxing. You know, been a lot going on, man. Been a lot going on. Oh, we didn't even touch on fucking regulation day yet, baby. Regulation day. We'll get to it. No worries. It is absolutely no worries. We will get to regulation. Hold the fucking phone. I didn't really have a plan. I guess I kind of just wanted to chat about some of the stuff I have going on, some of the great stuff getting ready to fucking pop off in my life. And, you know, I just am like really fucking trying to put the work in daily, trying to figure it out, trying to get the fuck after it, trying to get to it. Trying to keep my mind right, trying not to fuck up my kids. You know, cause shit is a little tense. You know, my pockets aren't what they have been in life. Although, as soon as fucking I get one partner for the podcast, I get another piece of paying work. You know what I mean? So, first and foremost, I guess let me fucking jazz it up a little bit, spice it up a little bit, let you know, I'm not some motherfucker that is trying to just take some bread from somebody for some bullshit. Right? I've built my name and brand off of who I am, what type of real, honest feedback, not swayed by anyone, but also understand that a motherfucker got 3 kids, and I got bills to pay, so when somebody is willing to pay, I'm going to think about it. I'm not going to talk about one because we don't have the contract signed. Like I said, I'll talk about my man, my main partner, the Budsmith, Mendo Budsmith. If you don't know who Budsmith is, go check him out. You're doing yourself a disservice by not checking him out. It's one of the few people in the industry that I've met in the many moons that I've been a part of it that hasn't been a complete scumbag. And while him and I rarely disagree on things in life, I'll tell you, that's a hardcore motherfucker. He's a guy that I genuinely look up to, not only as a friend, but a father, as a good man, a hard worker, a true master of his craft. Anything that he puts his mind and his hands to, he's going to do to the best of his ability, and that's a fucking fact. You know, I could say that goes for the hash, that goes for fixing a house, you know, and not just like some little switch and plug in, a little paint, splash it up a little bit. I'm talking about my man, you could burn that motherfucking house down, and that motherfucker come in and build the whole thing up. You know, that's the type of care and love that he'll put into that place. He understands that's your home. Right? He understands these are your lungs. He understands that who he is in one area of his life is who he is in all areas of his life. And that's some real shit. You know, motherfucker lives with integrity. Integrity, doing the right thing when nobody's looking. How many of you can say that you act with integrity in all your affairs? Or the majority of your affairs, even. But, you know, the motherfucker has agreed to give me a smoke stipend. And so for now, that is the number one smoke of the Let's Talk About It podcast. And honestly, it should be the number one smoke in your life. Let's fucking go. I've been trying to have fun lately, man. I've been trying to enjoy my life a little bit. You know, I think I spoke about it on one of the last episodes. They're not out yet. I'm going to get to work after I fucking record this motherfucker. But I'm feeling juiced, man. I'm feeling juiced. In episode 61, I talk about visualization and putting in the work behind it and trying to just reflect on it and be active with it. And god damn, man, if that shit is not just like lining up. I haven't really talked about it. Maybe I mentioned it on one of the other episodes, but I definitely have not posted it on my social media. I did want to kick this off, get a little personal with y'all, understand a little bit more about who I am at the core. You know, beyond just Lord Mongdor, beyond just the motherfucking Sultan of Sativa. You know, beyond just fucking Johnny Hash, Indiana Stone, you know, Cal Ripken. But there are many of you who have been here for quite some time. You know that I don't run ads for people who suck, and I haven't up to this point. And I'd really appreciate if you would share the motherfucking show, man. We need to grow. I'm under a constant state of visibility filtering. Old Mark Cuck don't fucking like any of the shit that I be saying. And it's not even just him, it's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I'm sure I hit all the keywords regularly, you know. And I'm just a guy that likes to fuck around and have fun, talk some little shit, talk about some conspiracies, talk about some of the real shit and what I believe to be true, you know. Which at least it can be a starting point for somebody else to fucking go and try and find shit, look it up. But if you've followed me for some length of time, you know that since COVID and we were fucking, you know, subject to some of the greatest crimes against humanity that the world has ever seen. I know that sounds dramatic. I don't even like to say it, but it's fucking the reality, dude. It's the fucking reality. You know, we've been, and there's motherfuckers that were cheering the shit on. First of all, the motherfuckers who cheer the shit on, who think that they're fucking a part of the winning team, you're what's called, in fucking communist ideology, a useful idiot. Now, don't get mad at me. I didn't come up with the name. It's just what they call them. And you know what happens to the useful idiot after fucking these people fully come to power? They die. They get fucking killed, lined up against the wall. Due to the dome. I can't think of the name of this book, but there's a book and it describes this like small ass bumfuck town that became like Nazis and how just like how that ball gets rolling as far as the murderous aspect of it. So I've been trying to live fucking hard. I've been trying to live a better life. And actually, it's funny because my focus on health and getting high is actually landed me some paying work in the fucking industry. All right. Just by living this shit, just by fucking breathing this shit, just by fucking setting the example for literally years now. Companies that fuck with me, fuck with me. And now that it's legal to fuck with me, you can fuck with me. But so I've completed 75 hard. I've completed phase 1 of the Live Hard program. Actually, I'm probably going to dive into phase 2 here soon. And I might just do 75 days. A buddy that's doing it, he's a couple days in. I just like being able to have a little drinky drink. Honestly, I don't even drink hardly at all. It's just like summertime, man. Sometimes I want a fucking beer. Sometimes I want a little margarita. Sometimes I just want a fucking little G&T, baby. A little gin and tonic. Obviously, on 75 hard, there is a strict no drinking policy, which is fine. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. Who fucking cares? You know? Although I smoke weed every time I do 75 hard. I just heard Andy Frisella on a podcast episode today say that he does not smoke weed during 75 hard. At least one of the times he does it a year. When he does the Live Hard program, he fucking, the time that counts, not just like some other like, hey, some homies are doing 75 hard, I'm doing 75 hard again. He said he doesn't smoke weed. And it's crazy to me. That's crazy. 75 days? He was like on phase 1, 2, and I think like 28 days in and failed because he forgot a workout. Now he's not going to smoke weed for another 30 days. Wow. That does seem crazy. But, I was introduced through the Real AF podcast, which is one of my favorite podcasts. I've been listening to it since it was the MFCEO way back in like 2015, and I've been listening to it fucking forever. There are some episodes that I heard with Chad Wright. He's an ex-Navy SEAL, and he's a Southern good old boy, and he does like a lot of like survival training, teaches people how to fucking live in the fucking woods and shit. And he's really fucking cool. Seems cool. Got a podcast, 3 of 7 podcast. Check it out. And he posted on his Instagram I think it was back in April, to be honest. He was doing this thing called the Rite of Passage. Went through, talked about how important it is for men to have a rite of passage. And this was something they did in the Navy, not the SEALs, but I think just in the regular Navy, because I think he did that before he was a SEAL. And you finish the rite of passage, and then boom, you get your little seaman cap, and you're a sailor. He's got his own little thing that he does now. I say little, but it's fucking not. It's called the ROP. The Rite of Passage. From here on out, I'll be referring to it as such, the ROP. And, it's like 10, 15 people. Not everyone gets selected, they say. It very well could just be like multi-level marketing, like, hey, we're only accepting 10 people this month. It could be, it could not. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck, right? I saw him put it out there. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. This is fucking rad. He said, put in an application, right? Send an application. So I sent one. I spent a couple hours putting it together. I actually listened to his episode of the 307 Project podcast about the Rite of Passage. And, this was like an extra one getting added for in June. I said, oh, it's a week before my 35th birthday. It's fucking go time, baby. I said, this is fucking go time. When I did the Murph this year, I kept yelling some shit that I heard Chad Wright talking about in his creed, which was, and I'm going to say it in his voice because it's cool. It is my duty to be physically harder and mentally stronger than my opponents. That's how he says it. Go listen to the episode of Real AF with him on it from most recently. And I've honestly listened to him read that creed probably 100 times, a bunch of times while I was on 75 Hard. I really got into his podcast as a man who's been re-exploring his faith. It's crazy how some of this conspiracy shit, it like all just leads back to fucking Jesus. Some bullshit, man. But so I had to fill an application, and now what the rite of passage is it's 24 hours straight of fucking hiking around through the mountains in Rome, Georgia. I don't even know if my car will make it to Rome, Georgia, so I'm gonna rent a car. I guess I'm not gonna smoke. I don't know how that works. It's inconvenient, you know. It actually, I got accepted. I guess I should say I got accepted. You know, I got to be there Friday night. Then Saturday morning, we camp out in the fucking woods. Friday night, Saturday morning, we fucking head out and don't stop until 24 hours later. Apparently, we cover about 40 miles. 40 fucking miles, just non-stopping. I had to get a pair of snake gaiters. I didn't even know what a snake gaiter was. This is some bullshit. But the dude got me intrigued when he said, I could teach you more in 24 hours than you could learn in 6 months. And I said, damn, this sounds like exactly like something I need. I'm going into my 31st birthday, or 35th, excuse me. Feels like yesterday I was 31. Jeez, cheese and rice. But I'm gonna read what I wrote to be accepted into this rite of passage course. You know, my application, as it were. You know, and I think it's important. You know, and I hope by sharing it that it'll inspire some other people to do some shit that puts them outside of their comfort zone. Because I'm feeling uncomfortable. Normally it's fuck around, we smoke some weed, we have a good old time. We talk some shit. You know. But honestly, man, and you know, like I said, the timing is really divine on this. I didn't get accepted for the June one right before my birthday. I got accepted to one at the end of the month, July. And honestly, by the time I get back from this, I could be like closing on a property with a business partner of mine and working on some shit that really helps to live in God's will, to live towards my true purpose, to be involved in my true nature, and doing it with people who are with the fucking mission. You know, and I was fortunate. I kind of started looking into this path and talked to a couple of experts. And, you know, when I told a friend of mine about it, he called me a couple days later and just said, hey, man, if you need help with financing, if you need help rehabbing a place, whatever you need, I can help you. Let's figure it out. And I'll be as much of a partner as you want or are willing to accept. I said, God damn. Well, I'll be goddamned. You know, and this is a man that's kind of become a real brother to me. Over the last few years has helped me with my jiu-jitsu, has helped me to learn a lot about myself. My children play with his children. His wife was a realtor, sold our house after some predatory COVID forbearance shit I fell victim to. And I don't say that to sound like a victim. They fucking hustled me. You know, they got me. You know? And, you know, I never actually have talked about that on the podcast, but I don't give a fuck, dude. I got no shame. I've already dealt with it and made peace with it. And honestly, where I'm at right now, I wouldn't be here today if I was still there. So I actually really can't complain. But that's neither here nor there. You know, I'll tell you what. When I got to reach my cookie jar, I have to think about my daughter crying as we stood there and stared out the window, and she was talking about she didn't want to leave. Those are like hard dad moments when you realize like you let your kids down, you let your family down, and for what? All those times when my significant other told me that I was a fucking piece of shit, I was a failure, I wasn't ever gonna find success. You know, those moments make you really think about it. They make you really question: is this shit worth it? Is my path worth going down, or do I just fucking bite the bullet and go find a fucking job that I hate just to fucking feed my family and make this fucking woman happy, regardless of how I feel? And I'll tell you, my kid's mom doesn't live with me anymore. We stay on the path at almost any cost. It's not just about me. It's not just about my selfish wants, the things that I would like to do, it's about the man that I'd like to be, the fucking legacy I'd like to leave behind. I want my kids, grandkids to talk about Pappy fucking Elliott and what he created for them and for many, many, many others. Because honestly, what I might have going on, what I have going on, what I'm working on, it's small, but it's going to lay the foundation. And so like this project though, and the future projects that are going to come with it, it's real deal. And it's going to require me to be a better man than I am today. And I'm going to be real. I'm a pretty fucking good man. And I don't say that out of arrogance. I say that out of true confidence with actual results. I look at the things that I have, the relationships that I have, the impact that I've had on people. And that's something that I'm proud of, for real. Because there was a time where I just literally was the lowest of the low. I've eaten out of trash cans. I've eaten food with trash juice on it. Okay? I know what it's like to be scum and to be treated as such. And that's not who I am today. Oh no. Oh no. But I'm not even a fucking scratching the surface of what I'm truly capable of. And that I truly believe. And that's why every day I feel a certain pressure, a certain fucking tightness in my chest. It's tick-tock, motherfucker. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The clock is ticking. I spend too much of my life being lazy, waiting for shit to come. And I realize the problem is I just need to go fucking get it. I just need to go get it. And as I'm putting the pieces together, like I said, the opportunity for this shit came about at the right time. I honestly thought I wasn't going to get fucking accepted. I honestly thought that old Chad and Chili and Blake and Biscuit, they all forgot about me. I was going to send my application in again. I actually was going to send a new one. I was like, no, you fucking psychopath. Just fucking trust the process. Trust in fucking God's timing, not yours. So let me read this shit to you. While I'm a little fired up, while I'm ready. I've been just like delaying, trying to hype myself up. I said, okay, hold on. I need some water, man. Don't look at me like that. I fucking threw this water in the freezer, and there's just like shards of ice floating throughout. It's so glacial, and it's not the actual water from this bottle. Kangen water. Or Kangen water? Kangen, I think. Electrolyzed water. It's fucking insane. But I'll tell you, I don't know why, but when I drink it, I feel better. Kangen is not paying me for that. They should, because their water machine is like $2,000. It's kind of nuts. I said, Dear Chad, first and foremost, thanks for taking the time to read this. I saw your Instagram post about the ROP course. Remember, that's rite of passage. And again, moving forward, it will be referred to as ROP. I will no longer say rite of passage, it's ROP. That was the last time right there that I said rite of passage, that I will say rite of passage. Excuse me, it will be known as the ROP. So I think I reference it again. Saw your Instagram post about the ROP course and how you could teach someone more about themselves in 24 hours than they could learn in 6 months. See, I already told you that. When I went and listened to your ROP episode of 3 of 7, so I went and listened to your ROP episode of 3 of 7 and was compelled to message you as this is the weekend before my 35th birthday, 6/18. I've been trying to figure out how to word this message while sharing honestly and from the heart. And that means I have to let you know about who I am and what I've been through so you can make an honest evaluation as to whether or not I'd be a good fit for your program. Thinking about that scares me because no matter how much I sell myself in this email, if selected, I'll have to put my money where my mouth is in a situation where I am exposed. As it stands, I've been working as a father for 5.5 years. I have 3 kids, Charlie, female, 5.5, River, female, 4.5, and Sullivan, male, 2.5. It is my number one job. Everything else is to facilitate that. I have multiple hustles to get the bills paid. I quit my retail job right before my firstborn in order to follow my passions and carve a slice of the American pie for my new family. The ups and downs of entrepreneurial life took their toll on my relationship. My then pregnant fiance left at the beginning of the pandemic, returning only a few weeks before my son was born. We struggled through a foreclosure proceeding and fortunately were able to sell our house. We moved up to my kid's mom's hometown, York, Pennsylvania. This last year, as my original businesses have died off and I've taken new work and I'm working towards other goals to put myself ahead financially. My kid's mom is about to move out to a house her grandparents bought her, and I'm about to be on my own. It's crunch time. This is the truth. This is the good, bad, and the ugly of Lord Baltimore. When my fiance had first moved out, I had to have some hard searches deep in my soul for who I was as a man and what I needed to do moving forward. I did Andy Frisella's 75 Hard. Real AF is where I first heard of you and started changing my whole life. During the COVID, I realized how weak I was mentally and physically. And when I was assaulted in a grocery store by security for not wearing a mask while I was trying to buy food for my then toddlers, I knew I needed a change. The date of the assault was actually on the 10-year anniversary of me being clean from opiates. I realized right then and there that the spiritual principles that help get me and keep me clean had fallen by the wayside. I started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and just recently got my purple belt after only 3 years of training. Takes most people 5 to 6 years, but I put the time and the work in. There's no lying in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've been through a lot in my life, and I take responsibility for my actions. I've made my bed in life right now, and your ROP would be exactly what I needed to push me forward in my life right now. If selected, I will do my best to uphold the standards set by you and your team. I've listened to you say it 100 times on Real AF, and it's helped me get through this most recent 75 Hard. You guys already knew that because I told you that before we even started this. Some of the principles and core values I live with that will apply in the mountains of Georgia are honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, faith, courage, humility, discipline, and service. The future terrifies me, wondering what type of world my children will grow up in. Will I be able to teach them what they need to know when the world is preaching the opposite? Every day I feel more alone as someone shouting from the rooftops, message falling on deaf ears. Chosen by you or not, my path must be walked. I hope that in reading this, I don't come off as some sad-ass human. I'm no victim, nor would I ever want to be. I'm a man, looking to better himself for the children of mine, and every other human I can push to be a little bit better than they already are. If given an opportunity to go through the rock, even though the challenge terrifies me, I will find a way to be a valuable asset to the team, ready to lead, ready to follow. If you made it this far, I'm truly humbled. It's not every day my words are read by those who have achieved many triumphs of will. Thank you for taking the time to consider me for the rock. And if you need any further insight into who I am, or would like to verify any of the things I'm saying, my Instagram is blah, blah, blah. Thank you, and thank you for your continued service. Much respect, Elliot. And you know, it's crazy. I didn't even think about it because I wasn't sure that I even get selected. And I'm the type of person that, you know, when something goes down or you know, whatever, like sometimes it's about, I'll worry about other shit later, right? First and foremost, it's one step at a time. Let me get my, let me get accepted in this damn program, this damn course, this little weekend adventure, and then we'll worry about how we're gonna fucking get through it when the time comes. So, I got accepted, and now I'm terrified, and I got to figure out how the fuck to do the shit. You know, I didn't know how I was gonna pay for it because I didn't even think I knew it would cost some money, but I didn't know how much money it was gonna cost. And I will say it was a fucking rent payment. But, you know, I actually considered not doing it. Or like letting them know, hey, I don't think I can afford this right now. Please consider me again for another time down the future. But I said, there is no future. There's only now. Figure it out. What are you willing to sacrifice for this shit? What are you willing to do to make sure that you can achieve your goal? How are you going to fucking pay for a car rental? That's on the budget this month. Well, I'll tell you how. I sold my fucking motorcycle. You know, and it's hard to say that too. God damn it. But you know what? Motorcycles come and go, and what's fucked up is I sold it for less than the value, but I sold it for the same amount that I paid for my first motorcycle. I don't have two motorcycles. I wrecked one, bought another. And it almost felt like a karmic balance in selling it. And I had to chuckle because, you know, hey, it covered my bills for this month. It covered the cost of doing it. It's covering some of the materials. And I said, well, how the fuck am I going to pay for a car rental? And then I get an offer to get some paid work, doing some shit I already fucking do for a company that I actually, you know, like their products. And they've been friends of the Let's Talk About It podcast and Lord Baltimore for many years now. I'm not going to talk about what we're doing yet because the contracts are not signed. But as soon as they are, then I'll be free to disclose what it is we got going on. And we're just getting started, folks. But that's going to pay for my fucking car rental. And, you know, because like I said, this is exactly what is needed before I step into this next phase and next chapter of my life. You know, I train jiu-jitsu about every goddamn day. It's the only thing that makes me happy right now. That and being with my kids. But the work I'm about to get into is about to be very fulfilling. Very hard, but very fulfilling. But right up my alley. You know, and I got so much to say on the topic, and honestly, I have a couple people that I'm going to bring on the podcast in a few coming episodes to discuss some of these things because they've been in some similar situations as me, and you know, I just think it's important that we discuss alternative methods of getting clean, staying clean, right? I mean, my experience in recovery was about 2.5 years of complete abstinence, and then, you know, I went the way of cannabis and smoking, drinking a little bit, you know, having some fun. But I realized how much I love cannabis. I think it was very important that I had that clean time because it gave me the mental clarity and focus and the ability to really truly make a decision about what I wanted to do and what I was feeling and actually not be driven by fucking drugs. And the fact that I did a shit ton of fucking work on myself during that whole time and then continued throughout the subsequent 10 years after those 2.5 years, you know, to apply the principles that had kept me clean. You know, I've been in a fucking lot of situations that most people would fucking crumble and go right back to the needle. And again, I don't say that from arrogance. I say that because I put in a lot of hard work. I did a lot of therapy. I did a lot of fucking hard things that made me a better person. You know, I knew what my focus was. I knew what my purpose was. I'm in the business of saving lives, baby. You know, and for too long, I've been away from what I'm truly here to do. But, you know, I'm an honest motherfucker. I'm going to always keep it a buck about who I am and what I do. But I listen to other people talk about their experience, and their experience is a lot more like mine than it is of abstinence for the rest of their life. You know, but like, I don't run around getting all fucked up. You know, I handle my shit. You know, and I try to set an example that literally smashes stigmas and stereotypes. And I highly advise that you do the same. You know, it's fucking important. It's important that you fucking are the best version of you. You know, for me, I like the definition of success, that success is a realization of our greatest potential. And the thing is that I don't think I can ever achieve that. So no matter how fucking far or close I am from it, I'm going to do my motherfucking best. You know, I'm living with essentially the opposite attitude of what I fucking lived with my whole life. You wonder why I'm so fucking crazy? Because when I got fucking clean, I had to literally flip everything. My entire thought process had to change. And in order to do that, I had to be around motherfuckers that were like me, that had been through the shit I had been through, that could say, no, motherfucker, this is how you get through 24 hours. You know, and if you're out there listening, and you somehow found your way onto this fucking podcast, that shit wasn't an accident, bro. That shit was serendipitous. You know, welcome. If nobody told you today that they love you, I do. For the fucking grace of God, go I. You know, and I want to be the best me because I want you to be the best you. And the only way you're going to fucking do that is if you see other people around you getting better. Think about Jordan. The motherfucker pissed a lot of people on his team off. But you listen to all of them talk, and they'll tell you they never played as good as they did with Jordan when they played after Jordan. You know, Jordan made them better. He pushed them to be the best version of themselves, and that's what I want to do with y'all. And that's what I want y'all to do with me. Because guess what? Nothing is more motivating than when, like, I see people do the shit that I do. And I feel like I have to turn it up. A couple of my homies come through. We're going on a little ruck with a weighted vest. They got 20-pound vests. I got a 40. You know, because I got a fucking reputation to uphold. I talk too much shit. I got to be able to back it up. You know, this really has been a great fucking month, couple of months. You know, kind of on my shit right now, creating some momentum. This shit is fucking mad creatable, dude. We're fucking been talking it up for all this time, and we didn't even talk about fucking regulation day, bro. The other day, last week, 6 days ago, fucking the market opened up. Well, opened up to the public. The market itself didn't open up. It's actually all the same brands and all the same companies that you already know from being in the market for years and years and years with no available new licenses, no real fucking new products, some increases in quality, some decreases in quality, same shit. But now, after July 1st, you can fucking be free-ish. I mean, there's a lot of things you can't do, honestly, but you could grow a couple plants just for the fuck of it. You can fucking, you could do whatever you want. You could smoke some weed. They might yell at you, but depending on where you're at, you could probably get away with a fucking, oh, I didn't realize. At least the first time you're in that fucking, you know, situation. Supposedly, smell is not a fucking indicator that they get to violate your Fourth Amendment right. They have to tell you now, hey, it smells like guns in here. That's the only way they can fucking do that shit now. It's crazy. I'm as a guy that gets pulled out of the car every fucking time, I'm grateful that, like, when I'm my own attorney on the side of the fucking highway, I have a lot more arguable points. You know, this, I've seen lines out the dispensary doors. It's crazy. People going bananas for these mids. Love it. Don't know what else to say about it. That shit is crazy. You know, there's been an overwhelming amount of support. I'm imagining all the dispensary owners, all the grow owners, just fucking, like, swimming in a pool of money. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if the market, I don't really know the prices. I'm not really shopping at these places. You know, there's some companies I like, and if I was in a situation, I just don't like paying retail for weed, even when it's cheap. You know, it's like there's a certain level of quality I feel like it's just always going to cost, at least somewhat. And if you want top tier shit, you're going to have to pay the top tier price. I mean, you know, not every fucking alcohol is, you know, Pop Off is not the same price as Smirnoff or fucking Grey Goose. You know, it's not, I don't know any, like, higher up vodkas than that, but, you know, it's like Johnny Walker, okay? Red Label is not the same price as Black Label, which is not the same price as fucking Blue Label, which is not the same price as fucking Green Label. You know? So, I think with certain shit, there's going to be a level of cost, quality. Market's going to fucking regulate itself. Price points are probably going to go up at some point. Probably not much for companies that have gigantic mixed light grows or Dutch style grows. You know, I know my sales associates at the dispensaries. My hearts are going out to you. Everyone that's involved in the process, that's fucking overworked, underappreciated. I love y'all. I hope you guys are okay. It's good for you though. You don't get to be lazy now. Now you get to fucking work your ass off. Maybe I should start a union. Fucking local 420, baby. Local 710. Let's go. I'll be the Joey Buttafuoco of fucking local 710. Oh, that's not his name. What's the fucking guy? They did The Irishman. It was about him. And fucking Pacino played his man. Jimmy Hoffa. Joey Buttafuoco. Fucking idiot. Yeah, I'll be the fucking Jimmy Hoffa of fucking joints. Anytime these fucking grows want to try and take advantage of the collective bargaining agreement, we'll bring a fucking picket and fucking a big ass rat. No fucking scabs. Be on my fucking commie shit, bro. Looking out for our fucking comrades. Oh my god, I didn't even think about it. This is what's really crazy. I started reading a book by a dude, and I think he might fucking come on my podcast. He said he would come on the podcast. He said he'd come on the fucking podcast. He said he would come on the podcast. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to post it yet. It needs to happen. Put it out. And it would be a big win for Let's Talk About It. And it would tie back into my visualization and the sphere of people that I want in my life and around it, that I want to be interacting with, that I should be interacting with. And it's one step closer to those people. One step closer. You know what I mean? Things are fucking moving. That's all I'm saying. Things are fucking moving. We're in motion. And I just, you know, I'm not willing to accept any negativity right now from anybody. I'm just, life is too fucking beautiful right now. And I know that it's like, I haven't even gotten started. You know, and I'm grateful for all y'all. Shout out to my fucking homies in Germany, Austria, my top percentage of outside the U.S. listeners. V Gates brothers. You know, shout out to fucking the 2 people that have heard my podcast in China, and then fucking some other crazy countries. There's people, you know, Let's Talk About Podcast technically is worldwide. Okay? There's been people that have listened to it that live all over the fucking world. And y'all, for that, y'all are fucking real ones. For real. And I hope that y'all are taken to the fucking streets. I'm not getting into any of the chaos and craziness right now. That's part of the reason what's so fucked up, that I haven't been like posting shit or whatever, because it's like all this shit is fucking happening. And it can be overwhelming. And you have to sift through a lot of bullshit and do a lot of digging and trying to connect some dots. Like, okay, what is this person over here saying? What is this person over there saying? And I know I've talked about this shit before and broken this thought process down. You can go back and listen to some episodes fairly recently. I talk about this shit. The importance of looking at things from multiple perspectives. And, you know, it kind of involves having an understanding of the world and what these people are motivated by. You have to understand that these people that are in control of policy, in control of whatever, they don't think like you. They don't think like you and me. They think like fucking, like they're our overlords. They think like we should just be down here eating fucking bugs. And there's a lot fucking more of us than there are of them. And I'm not saying that anybody should go get violent or do some extremist behavior. All I'm saying is that you should train. You should train jujitsu. You should train with a firearm. You should train with a firearm at an elevated heart rate to simulate what it would be like in a situation where you can fucking barely breathe. You should go for a fucking run. Train swimming. Learn skills. Learn how to hunt. I'm about to learn how to hunt. When I get a fucking bow and arrow, boy, it's about to be fucking over for some of y'all. This shit is real, man. I'm not one to say we're in the end times. I don't know that I believe that. But I do believe it's time to find some ways to start preparing yourself to not rely on this system, or to rely on it as minimally as possible. Put money into your local economy. Spend money with people that you fucking know stand for the shit that you stand for. Preferably small and medium-sized businesses, regardless of the cost. This is important. This is about the fucking country that we're going to leave. The world that we're going to leave for the next generations. And right now, it's not looking good. Like, I don't want to run away and hide. I want to keep sharing the message with y'all. A message of hope, a message of fucking freedom. Finding a way to fucking dig into that deep animalistic nature, that hunter-gatherer spirit, and find a way to stop being a little bitch and get your ass up and out and fucking strap the shoes on your feet and fucking start moving. If you can't run, if you're like, damn, dude, I've been out of the game for a long time, I can't run. Cool. Don't run, walk. Walk for longer than you would have ran. Don't fucking sleep on walking. And it's going to help with your digestion as well as help burn calories. There's a lot of shit that is good about walking. So just fucking do it. And then after you've walked around for a while and you can walk, you're like, oh, I can fucking walk. My legs work. I'm not a fucking lazy fucking bastard. Throw some weight on. Throw some fucking weight on and recover. Get you some fucking Formula One, some ignition after a hard weight vest walk. We got all sweaty. You drank a lot of water and you're like, damn, it's hot. My balls are chafing a little bit. This shit sucks. Get you a little fucking post-workout stack, refuel, and fucking go, baby. Eat something within 45 minutes. Just fucking, refuel, bud. All right. I'm fucking done. Fucking done. To everyone that feels good about the regulated market, that's good. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you feel good. I know that many, many more people have a lot more access. They have to go through a lot of hoops with the fucking lines, but more access is great. More people fucking utilizing the healing benefits of the plant is fucking phenomenal. Nothing more beautiful. So, with that being said, to everyone that's fucking ever had to stand up for their fucking right to smoke, to ingest cannabinoids, to better enhance the mind-body connection through your endocannabinoid receptor system, and has had to fucking deal with some shit because of it, making moves. Just keep it moving, because they don't like to change legislation once they've made it. We need to fucking come up with good shit. Let's fucking go. There's some good people scattered within the fucking depths of scum that is the industry. Make sure that you're supporting those people. One person I always love is Hope Wiseman, Marion, Maine. You know, I've told you to go there many a times for free, for free. I love Hope. You know, it's not important what her race or gender is. What is important is that she cares about people. That, you know, there's a lot of good shit that she's done for a lot of people in that spot for years. And she's always been kind to me. So, sharing a little kindness. Check out Mary and Maine. Love me some Hope. With that, Bongsmore out.